I used to believe loneliness meant being abandoned by others. Empty rooms, silent phones, unanswered messages. I was wrong. True loneliness is waking up one day and realizing you are no longer alone inside your own body. It started subtly. Small things I dismissed as stress or imagination. I would reach for a glass of water and feel hesitation, just a fraction of a second, like my hand needed permission. When I spoke, "Who are you?" the answer didn't come in words. It came as a memory I had never lived. A memory of standing at the edge of something vast and dark, choosing to step back. A memory of fear mixed with relief. A memory of being unfinished. I gasped for air, sitting up in bed, my heart pounding. That's when I understood. This presence wasn't invading me. It was attached, like a shadow that had lost its body. Over the next days, the presence grew clearer. Not louder, just closer. When I cooked, it guided my hands. When I spoke, it softened my tone. When I almost made a decision I would later regret, my chest tightened and my body froze. It saved me, and that terrified me more than anything else, because it meant I needed it. One afternoon, while cleaning old boxes, I found a journal I didn't remember buying. The handwriting inside was neat, deliberate, and not mine. The first page read, "If you are reading this, it means I stayed." I dropped the journal as if it burned. My hands trembled as I picked it up again. Page after page described moments from my life, but from a different angle. Thoughts I never spoke. Choices I almost made. Paths I narrowly avoided. And always, at the end of each entry, the same sentence. "You weren't ready, so I stayed." That night, I confronted the presence again. "You're not me," I said quietly. "But you're not a stranger either." This time, the response came clearly. Not as a voice, but as understanding. It was a version of me. Not from the future, not from the past. From a moment that never fully happened. A version of myself that reached the edge of fear, of collapse, of disappearance, and turned back at the last possible second. A self that didn't move forward, didn't move on, didn't leave. A self that had nowhere to go, except into me. I didn't want to fade. The feeling conveyed. So, I stayed where life continued. Tears filled my eyes. "You're using my body." "No," it answered gently. "I'm borrowing time. With care." Days passed, then weeks. Living with another presence inside me was not chaos. It was balance. We learned each other's rhythms. I could feel when it stepped back, letting me lead. I could feel when it leaned in, protecting, guiding. But something was changing. The presence was weakening. I felt it in the pauses, in the silence. In the growing sense of separation. One evening, as I sat watching the sunset, I felt a deep calm settle over my chest. The kind that comes before goodbye. "You're leaving," I whispered. "Yes." "Why now?" "Because you're ready." The realization hit me harder than fear ever had. All this time, I thought I was being helped, but I was being prepared. "You don't need me anymore," it said. "You're choosing life without hesitation now. You stand at edges and don't freeze." My throat tightened. Will I be alone again? A warmth spread through my chest, familiar, reassuring. "You were never alone," it replied. "You were becoming." That night, I slept deeply for the first time in months. When I woke up, my body felt quiet. Fully mine. No echoes. No hesitation, no second presence. On the mirror, my reflection moved exactly when I did. But something had changed. I was different. Stronger, grounded. Awake. Sometimes, when fear creeps in, I still feel a trace of that warmth. Not a presence, just a reminder that even when it feels like you are fragmented, even when you feel divided within yourself, you may not be broken. You may be holding a part of yourself that once needed shelter. And one day, when you're ready, you won't be alone in your body anymore, because you'll finally be whole.